For supposedly smart people, they're acting in a very unscientific and stupid fashion.
That's Senator Rand Paul's take on what's happening today on a growing number of college campuses. Take this quote, for example. Forget making college memories at Yale. They want to control every aspect of your life, even after 2 vaccine doses and booster, LOL, wrote Blair Cooper on the Yale Daily News' Facebook page after the university announced this month that it's banning students from eating at local restaurants, even outdoors, to try and cut COVID numbers. At Princeton, fully vaccinated students were told in December they couldn't even leave the county unless they were on a sports team. And at Johns Hopkins University, students are required to be triple vaxxed, wear N95s or double mask, and test twice weekly. Dr. Marty McCary, a Johns Hopkins surgeon and professor, weighed in, writing, "At these institutions of higher learning and thousands more, science is supposedly held in the highest esteem. So where is the scientific support for masking outdoors? Where is the scientific support for constantly testing fully vaccinated young people? Where is the support for the confinement of asymptomatic young people who test positive for a virus to which they are already immune on a campus of other immune people? The data simply do not justify any of it." Senator Paul couldn't agree more.
I think the mask mandates are wrong-headed and unscientific, but also these draconian things that they're asking of students. I think it's unfair to the students. But really, parents need to wake up. Quit sending your kids to Yale and Princeton if they are a bunch of authoritarians.
As Omicron continues to surge and universities double down on COVID restrictions, Senator Paul and others say the science simply isn't there to justify the restrictions.
Under 18, the death rate's about 1 in a million. And above age 80, it's about 1,000 times that. It's ridiculous to apply the same precautions that we are prescribing for the elderly to the young.
The latest CDC numbers show more than 2,100 people between the ages of 15 to 24 died of COVID in the last 12 months, while 1,900 people died of pneumonia in the same age group.
Those age groups, it's less deadly than the seasonal flu. So for the seasonal flu, we've never mandated testing. We've never mandated masks. We've never mandated inoculation for the younger folks.
It's why Tice Pat and 14 of his fellow students are suing Ohio University over their COVID protocols, including their vaccination mandate, claiming it's discriminatory.
You don't have the vaccine and you got an approved exemption. You're required to test weekly. You're required to do things that other people that did get the vaccine aren't required to do, and that's illegal under Ohio law.
Pat argues that OU's rules violate both state law and the Ohio Constitution by not allowing students to exercise their consent to medical treatment.
The best thing we can do for students is give them the choice. Putting these blanket orders over everybody and saying everybody has to wear a mask, get a vaccine, and take a test, and that's the only way to beat COVID, is anti-science and honestly dangerous.
Warner Mendenhall, Tice's lawyer, has filed similar lawsuits against other Ohio universities. His clients have described to him what happens when students test positive on some campuses.
Whether or not they're symptomatic, if they test positive on the test, their key cards are shut off. So they can no longer go to class, go to their dorm room, go to the dining hall, go to the gym, go to the library. They have to report to a COVID dorm where there is not proper food or water, or they can go home. And that is just wrong.
Molly Noble, a parent of an OU student, has joined the class action lawsuit.
They need to start looking at the physical and emotional and psychological effects that this is having on this population.
Surveys show the pandemic continues to have a major impact on students' mental health.
Society is impacted by this pandemic, and we don't yet know the total outcomes of what this is going to do for any generation.
Mendenhall says it's time for the country to prepare for a potential new reality, that the virus is here to stay, and that campuses should also rethink its battle lines going forward.
It is not a controllable thing. So we need to let that whole story go. We have to live with this We have to live with this illness.
I do think that within a couple of months, so many people will have had this new variant that immunity will be so widespread that hopefully we'll be able to get beyond this pandemic.
George Thomas, CBN News.